Hello, I'm Tux from GeoX Toys, and today we're looking at the long-awaited Nonnef Productions Paddles conversion set for the Studio Series 86 Sludge figure. Let's get going! You're going to need a stock Sludge figure to start with. Your kit will come with 4 bags, plus either orange or red blades depending on which set you've ordered. If you got the set that included the foot upgrade, you'll also have this bag included. The foot upgrade bag we're going to set aside because we've already covered installing those in the Sludge Upgrade Kit video. Check the description and the info tag on the screen for that video. These bags here contain all the pieces for the neck. We've also covered how to install these in the Sludge Neck Upgrade video. Check the description and the info link for instructions on how to install those as well. Now, let's switch over to a figure that already has both of those installed. You can see here we've already got the neck upgrade installed as well as the foot upgrade. Remember to check out how to install those in the other videos. We're going to remove the neck for now, just to make things easier. Let's start with the gold and black bag. This one's actually packed as a lucky draw, so it has 2 black weapon sprues. Your normal kit will only have 1. Let's start with the gold pieces. Remove everything from the sprues and clean up the gates. The neck fin just plugs into one of 5mm pegs on the upper neck. We'll set aside the neck for now so it's out of our way. To make the robot mode a little more unique, we're going to flip the legs around backwards. You lose a little knee articulation, but thanks to the transformation you will still have some. The hip piece gives you 2 options. The first way means it will swivel during transformation and will show that off later. If you're using a top hole, you'll need to move the piece to make sure there's clearance for dyno mode. It is your choice on whatever you like best. For the new chest, we just need to lower the torso and then remove the screw from the back. The new chest just swaps right in. The head also has a screw that needs to be removed. Some of the stock heads are glued, and some just pop right apart. If you have a glued one, there are small cuts you'll need to carefully make with a sharp blade. Try and cut away from yourself as always. front of the face will come off. Then tilt the head forward so you can remove it from the ball joint. The new head is in 3 pieces. Knock these little nubs off of the eyepieces. Remove both head pieces from their sprue. Clean up the gates. And insert the eyepiece into the back of the head. If you're worried about white marks from the gates, just hit them with a bit of heat. The new head will pop onto the ball from the back. Then you just peg the face onto the front after lining up 3 pegs and the eyes. If you're having trouble getting the head to close, check the right peg hole to make sure it's clear. The right hole has a ridge of plastic to help keep the head tight, and it can sometimes bind up. The paddle's weapons just need the handles to be pegged in. Make sure you peg them in on the proper side. You can see here how they're notched. These extra sets won't be in your package unless you receive one of the early lucky draw sets. Remove blades from their sprue. We're going to use an orange set to demonstrate, but it's the same for the red. Make sure the gate cuts smooth. You may want to use a bit of heat to remove the white marks again. The blades can attach in either direction, and the peg will swivel up out of the way if you want to use them as swords. If you twist paddles as fist 90 degrees, the weapons can also be used as tonfas, with either the blade or the pistol part pointing forward. If you leave the flipper/blade part attached in robot mode, the weapons can store on his shoulders using a 5mm peg, or you can use them as normal pistols. Okay, now onto the last bag. Here are all the pieces that come in the grey bag. All 4 of the fins go together the same, so don't worry too much about getting them mixed up. Remove the inner and outer fin pieces, clean up the gates, then they're going to peg together around the joint arms. There is a top and a bottom to the joint arms. The side with the chamfer is the top. The two fin halves just peg around the mushroom peg on the joint arm. These are the parts we recommend glue for, as they can work loose when swivelling around the joint. Just put a tiny drop into these two holes. Put together all 4 of the fins and joints. Again, don't worry about getting them mixed up, they can be rotated and swapped around if you do, even after they've been glued. These two pieces are the joints that attach the fins to the new forearms. Grab a left and a right fin and snap the joint arm around the smaller pieces so the small pegs fit into the holes. Remember, the chamfer edge is the top part. Get the second joint in. You'll need to spread the joint arms slightly so they'll fit into place. Let's attach the front flippers. Remove both of the stock feet just by popping them off. The new ones now just pop back on. Now for the new forearms. Remove the pieces and clean them up. The panels with the screw holes go on the inside, so make sure you have them sorted out onto the proper sides. Remove all 6 of the screws holding in the current forearms. We're only going to use 4 of these screws. Remove the front panel, slide off the back panel and remove the fist. The new forearms just directly replace the old ones. Just make sure you have everything aligned as shown here. Before you screw anything closed, make sure you add the fin to the mushroom peg hole on the underside of the new forearms. Then, insert and tighten 2 screws. Only tighten them until all 3 of the movement joints feel snug and aren't loose, don't over tighten them. Now, do the same for the other arm. The blades will just peg into the underside of the flippers and can stay on in robot mode if you wanted to leave them as part of the flippers instead of weapon parts. The weapons can store on paddle shoulders if you aren't using them. Okay, let's get paddles into Dino mode. If you're using the top peg, you need to remove the new hip cover. If you're using the bottom peg, you can just rotate it around to face down like this. When you fold over the torso, it will transform as normal and clear the new pieces. To transform the arm, just turn the fist like you do on the stock Sludge and push it into the forearms. Fold the arms up as shown and you're done. Everything else is the same. The new flippers all have rotational movement, twist movement, tilt movement, and rocking movement, as well as the flipper blades being able to rotate on their peg. All 4 of the flippers should have this chamfer or bevel facing upward. Just swap the flippers around until they're in the right spots. If If you don't have the foot upgrade set, then your feet are going to hang down, so we do recommend getting the paddles kit with a foot upgrade if your sludge figure doesn't already have one installed. The weapons can stay on paddle shoulders in Dino mode, or can be used on any of the 5mm ports. The only other thing to note with the new transformation is when you're going to robot mode, you need to make sure the fists snap into position so they sit flush with the forearms. This will lock them into place. Here's a final comparison of the robot modes between Sludge and Paddles. Paddles is a little bit plain as he is, so we recommend grabbing the Toy Hack sticker sheet for Sludge, then splitting stickers between the two figures. Or, if you didn't want a full set, we do at least recommend you pick up some of the faction symbols they offer to finish off the Paddles look. Thanks a lot for watching this one all the way to the end. It's been a long road to get here, and we hope you're excited about this splashy boy as we are. Paddle your way over to the like button if you found this helpful, and of course, roaring at the subscribe and bell buttons before smashing them with your mighty mechanical plesiosaurus tail is always appreciated. See you again in the next one.